Alright, we are going to get right into some Vanduul Swarm today. So this is Star Citizen, main lobby. You have the options of Universe. Star Marine is just a multiplayer first-person shooter. And then Arena Commander is in your ship. There's races, there's free flight, and there's Vanduul Swarm and Pirate Swarm, which are both round-based PvE enemies. So they all have different maps too. Free Flight just has the same two as Vanduul Swarm and Pirate Swarm. Same two maps. The racing though has its own set of maps. They have set race courses where you have to go through loops, go through check marks, and get back to the finish line and do multiple laps, whatnot, and not destroy your ship in the process. So we're going to play some Vanduul Swarm. There's two maps. Broken Moon, you can honestly just see from the picture, the planet and the sun are very bright, and if you have an enemy in between you and either that planet or that sun, super hard to see, super hard to target, especially since the attacking crosshair is white. So I don't really prefer this map. I prefer Dying Star, much darker. You can really just tell from the cover picture. The main bright spot is one star in the middle. We're gonna hop in it. Alright, so you load in, you're in your ship. So you start with two teammates. One there. One. You know, I don't know where my other teammate is. About 5 seconds into the game, your first enemy is gonna warm up. Round one is just one enemy, Vanduul Scavenger. So I targeted him, and you can see the arrow at the top of my screen is telling me to go up. So if he's off my screen, the arrow's at the bottom now, and I rotate, the arrow's just going to follow. So mainly, whenever I target someone and they're off the screen, I like to rotate so they're at the top, and then I can just pull up, and they're in my view. I do that because the vision at the top of the screen is a lot better than the vision at the bottom of the screen. You can at least tell the top of the screen is all glass, bottom of the screen is ship console. So we're in Vanduul Swarm. There are 9 rounds. On every round, you're going to get a couple more enemies, and the enemies are going to get more difficult. First couple rounds, you're just dealing with Vanduul Scavengers. Super easy to kill, as you can tell. Later rounds are going to have different named enemies. You can see these ones are called Vanduul Scavengers. I think starting in the next round, there will be a couple of Vanduul Hunters. They're still not great, but they have missiles they can fire at you, in which case you need to deploy countermeasures. After the Vanduul Hunters, there is Little King, is what the ship is called, the Vanduul is called. And they're just better. I mean, they're better. They hit you easier, and they avoid your shots easier. Night. I killed that guy quick. So after the Little King, there is the Priest. And then after the Priest, there is Vanduul Alpha. And it just gets consistently better. There's nothing new added after the Hunter. Everything above Hunter has missiles. I'm not shooting at both, I target. Always target the guy you want to hit. You can target the nearest enemy to your crosshairs by pressing 1, or you can cycle through all enemies by pressing 3. You can see in the top right, I have a display that shows the enemy that I'm currently targeting, and it tells you how far away they are, and it shows their shield status. Scan. Alright. So, above the Priest. Ouch, come on. Above the Priest, the last 3 types, there's only one of each of them, and they only show up in the 9th round to give you a kind of final push, and they're all pretty good. One is called the Payback, one is called the contacts remaining. Shields full. Shoot. It starts with an R. I can't quite remember.
There are multiple hostiles inbound.
There's payback. There is. I'm gonna brain fart here. I don't know why. I've seen him like 20 times. We're getting both of the other ones, honestly. Oh, there's Payback, Bloodhound, and Reaper. Yep, no, it started with an R. I'm an Apex player, and I kept thinking of Revenant because I remembered Bloodhound was there. I remember one of the characters, same name as in Apex. So let me explain the interface a little bit. So I already said that when you press 3 targets, and you can see who you're targeting in the top left, their shields, their distance, their statuses. In the top, in the top right, all that is. Obviously, you can't see that. I did not kill him. In the top left is your ship's status, shows your shields mainly, and that's the important thing. I can see my aft, my rear shields are broken, but there's about an 8 to 10 second delay before they start recharging, and then it takes them probably another 8 to 10 seconds to recharge, so they're all good now. I know I'm getting a big alert that says alert shields down. That's just because they're weak, I mean, in general. Because we're on round 5 and haven't died and responded to a new ship yet. These ships drop little items that you can see every now and then. The wrench fixes your ship, so that would help me out with this whole alert shield stuff. The missile refills your missiles if you've used them. This ammunition right here restocks your ammo. I haven't actually ever run out of ammo in this game mode. It gives you a bunch, and even if you kill everybody, I did an entire playthrough going to round 9 with 52 kills and never died or respawned once and never ran out of ammo, so that's really not a problem. The main thing is the missiles. If you use missiles a lot, which I'm not right now just because I'm kind of practicing fighting without missiles, but I'll use a couple just to kind of, so they have to be within 3,000 meters to target, and it does that automatically. I'll use one on him. You have to be targeting them, you have to be within 3,000 meters and in that circle, the little dashed circle that I have. And you can target, and then once it's targeted, hold the mouse button, and it'll send out a missile. And do that. So on the left side is your speed. You can go forward, obviously, with thrust. I have that set as W, which pretty much everybody should. WASD should be your forward thrust, back thrust, side strafe. So by pressing W, I'm increasing my thrust, but it won't ever go past that small bar that I have. And you can scroll that up and down with the mouse bar.
0 hostile contacts remaining.
So if I go super fast, thrusting, I'm going super fast, and then I scroll down, it'll automatically reduce thrust until I'm at the speed that I want to be. Either that, or you can just let go of the thrust, and you'll automatically slow down, obviously. Which actually isn't obvious, because technically, in space, there's no air resistance, so I don't really know why you slow down. So every time one of those little flames pops up, and you hear that beep, 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 that means there's a missile inbound, and I am pressing R. I personally went in and changed the key binding on that because it was G, but like you've seen how often I'm getting shot at with missiles, and G is way out of the way from my finger. So I switch that key binding to R. So I just have to press R and it shoots out countermeasures, flares behind me, and the missiles lock onto those instead of me. If only these guys had those.
Target destroyed.
Oh. Okay. These displays down here, I honestly don't really focus on these much. In Vanduul Swarm, at least. In the actual universe, you're gonna be using them a lot more. You can switch them to comms. You can show your ammunition, which I probably could set one of these to show my ammo, but I don't know, I just don't really feel the need to. Because, like I said, I've never run out of ammo on this map. Oh, I don't know why I just took the hit from that.
Shields.
Nine 9,000 meters. 7,000 meters. Who's close to me? There you are. So I am pressing 3 whenever I can't find a group shooting at me. I'm pressing 3 and looking in the top right and looking at the distances, because they're not going to be shooting at you from outside of 3,000, 4,000 meters. Oof! Destroyed him and then smashed into his body. Yeah, so they're not going to be shooting you from outside 3,000, 4,000 meters. So if you're getting missiles locked onto you, you want to cycle and find whoever's closest, because chances are they're the ones shooting at you. What the heck? Okay. And also, if you're targeted onto the wrong guy, you can just press 1, look at the guy you want to target, and press 1, and you'll be good. Like, if I'm targeted over here, I press 1 on him and targets him. I'm gonna blast him with a missile. Why not?
Target destroyed.
So I've done it a few times in this game, but not as much as I usually do, honestly. It's my favorite way to fight right here, what I'm doing right now. Favorite way to fight. They are not going to be able to hit you very well. And you are going to be able to hit them very well, as you can see. When you get somebody in your sights within probably 2,500 meters and 700, so what I do is I press Q, W, and spacebar. So what that does is it gives you a forward thrust, a left rotate, and spacebar is a vertical strafe. So basically, I am making a spiral towards them, and as long as I keep their crosshairs in the center of my screen, while I'm spiraling, they're not going to be able to hit shit. And I'm going to be able to hit a lot more than that. So you can also obviously do this by rolling to the right. And then one of the other versions of this that you can do, oh jeez. One of the other versions of this that you can do that's also really helpful is if you get a little too close to someone, like that actually, well, before I go. You can, I'm doing it right now, I am reverse thrusting by holding S and doing it, so I'm actually doing a reverse spiral away from them, just shooting them. But you're less accurate from farther away, obviously. So you want to stay between 2,000 and 700 meters. So I just kind of keep this spiral going, and if I'm getting close to 700, I go reverse thrust and do a reverse spiral. And if I'm farther away and getting closer to 2,000, then I'm doing a forward thrust and spiraling at them. It's one of the most effective strategies for dogfighting and just hitting your targets and remaining evasive that I've seen. My uncle showed it to me a couple days ago, and it's worked for me extremely well. I went from making it to around 5 or so on Vanduul Swarm to
There are
winning
multiple hostiles
90% of
inbound.
the times that I play.
Flare.
I was getting pretty close to these. Wow, okay, you got me good on that one. My shields were all broken, and pretty sure I was pretty close to out of missiles anyway. So, a respawn is good for me. That dude just smashed into a rock. Good for him.
Vanduul Aerospace. All systems
So,
online.
sometimes they kind of spawn camp you, and it's honestly really annoying. One time I got spawned and immediately was getting shot by 3 ships and had a missile tracking on me. I was a little upset.
Flare.
So my shields are like gone. Wow. That was rough. This escalated very quickly. I guess it is round 8. Not that quick. Alright. We are gonna win this game without dying another time. That's gonna be my goal.
Vanduul Aerospace. All
So
systems
they're all way
online.
over there. So I'm gonna find the closest one. Look like. Yeah, he seems to be farther away from his pals than the rest. I'm gonna boost to him, but I'm gonna make sure by the time I get there I'm not going too fast. Honestly, if you are far away like that, especially from a group, I would not recommend going above like 400 meters per second to get there, because you want to be in control once you actually make it there. Jeez. Like I said, these guys get a lot more accurate and a lot harder to hit once you get into the later rounds. It's just the way it is, and the way it should be, because it's pretty fun. Like this is not easy. This is a difficult game for sure.
Forward hit. Forward hit. Starboard hit. Aft hit.
But you can see I was getting hit left and right. Oh,
Forward hit.
when I initially started to do my
Shields charging.
spiral
Shields
maneuver,
full.
I was totally fine. I didn't get hit at all in the first couple seconds. But these guys can kind of adapt to it. But it's not perfect. Who is shooting me? What the hell?
Shields full.
Oh, you're out here away from your team. Okay, so he's pretty far away, so I'm not really hitting him with anything. You don't want to be shooting if that crosshair is white. I'm pretty sure I've already said that. Or if that crosshair is red. I'm going to wait until it's white. Good night.
Starboard hit. Lock.
Wow, that escalated quickly. Okay, well, good thing I still have 3 respawns left. Jeez, wave 8 has not been kind to me. Past couple games I've
Vanduul
been
Aerospace. All systems
rolling
online.
easy, and then I get to wave 9 and I'm like, oh, it's already wave 9? Not the case here. Some of these guys are putting up a fight. He's already shooting at me, so I'm just gonna start my fire. The main point of it is to stay evasive. The less hits you can take in this game, the better. Oh gosh.
Engines overheating. Warning. Engines overheating.
Also, I am probably going to be getting real close to the barrier pretty soon. You don't want to just fly away from you guys as fast as you can, because...
Warning.
Yep,
You are
right there.
approaching
Warning.
simulation boundaries.
Engines overheating.
Man, and I couldn't even thrust because my engine's overheated. That's tough. Alright, well, 2 more spawns left. Jeez, this has been a tough round for Captain
Vanduul
Gomar.
Aerospace, all systems online.
Alright, what do we got here? I thought they're both 5,000 meters away. Okay, it's just the two of you. This guy, they're not that close to each other. This guy seems a little... But sometimes it does that. I was holding thrust. Sometimes it just doesn't let you thrust right away. You just gotta wait it out. Maybe stop thrusting, reverse thrust, and then front thrust. Remember, this game is still alpha. It's a fantastic game, and I love it to death, but they are definitely still working on things.
Zero
Night,
hostile
night!
contacts remaining.
Yes, sir. Alright.
Contact. Elite units en route.
Elite units en route. Alright, I'm gonna try to go through this round without dying, because I have done it. And I should be able to do it more often than I have been.
Flare. Flare.
Hey! Bye-bye!
Flare. Flare.
I don't even know who the hell is shooting this thing. They are sure shooting a lot. Oh no. One of the other things in this game that good fighters really should do more than I do, in all honesty, is decouple, like I just did. So, you gotta make sure you're going to a place where you're not gonna hit anything. You're straight ahead of you is clear. And then you're just gonna press V, and in the bottom right of my center hub, you can see that circle with the lines around it turn into a broken chain. So that broken chain means that you are decoupled, and wherever you are pointing when you decouple, that's where you're gonna keep going. You can turn your ship and face any direction, but you're still gonna be going in that direction. Bye-bye! Oh, he's still alive? I'm upset. He's still alive? Who is this? Oh, it's Payday, that's why. Those three, Payday, Reaper, and Bloodhound, are all heavy hitters. They have a lot of health. The best thing you can do to dodge is just be sporadic. If you don't know where you're going, they can.
Target destroyed. Target hit. Forward hit. Shield flare.
Why am I going so fast? Rule number 1, don't go fast. I think I've already said that multiple times. Probably about 5.
Warning. Engines overheating.
What do we got? Just those two? Oh, easy money. Easy money.
Forward hit. Forward hit.
Oh, and it's not even one of the big 3. I already killed him.
Shield
This is just a Vanduul Alpha. Might as well finish him off in close range.
Elite units eliminated.
Elite units eliminated. And that means that you won. 23 minutes, that's pretty good. I think my first time winning took like 47 because I would get in deep and then I'd dip out. Or deaths, though, not grave. Usually try to stick to none, one, maybe two. Okay, so that is Vanduul Swarm. Whether you are a veteran of Star Citizen, just looking to see some dogfighting, any new tactic, try out that spell tactic, or a new member, welcome to the verse. Thank you for watching.